Hey guys, today we talk about why humans can never be happy. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning to the sound of your phone vibrating. You rub your eyes, still half asleep, accepting another random notification, but instead you see something impossible. Your bank account now shows $100 million. At first you assume it's mistakes. Maybe it's glitch, may someone hacked the app, but you realize it's real. Overnight you are become one of the richest people on the earth. And then within days your entire life change. You quit your job without a second thought. You buy the luxury house you have always dreamed about. You park these exotic sports car in the driveway. Every meal come from the world best restaurants. Every vacations become first class for the first time in your life. It feels like every problem has disappeared. This is what happens feel like. But then something strange begins to happen. A few weeks pass, then a few months. The excitement slowly fades away. The mansion no longer feel magical. Flying first car become normally. The impossible slowly transform into the ordinary, and before you can even realize, you are already searching for the next thing you might finally make you happy. How is that even possible? How can someone go from feeling like they are one life itself to feeling almost exactly the way they did not before? The answer is not hidden inside your bank account. It is not found inside your house, your car, or your achievements. And then scientists call this phenomena the hedonic treadmill. It sounds compliment, but the idea is surprisingly simple. Imagine running on treadmill at gym. No matter how fast you run, you never actually move forward. Happiness works is almost the same. Every time you reach a goal, your brain quickly adjusts to your new reality. What once felt extraordinary become completely normal. But why would your brain work like this? Why would not evolution simply makes permanently happy? Once we have achieved enough to answer that question, we have to travel back almost 200,000 years for a long time before your city farming excited. Back then every single day was a fight for survival. Imagine you are one of the ancient ancestor. You wake up hungry. If you don't find food today, your family might not survive tomorrow. They are not grocery store, no refrigerator, no food delivery. Every meal must be hunted, gathered, or earned through the enormous efforts. Life is unprecious and dangerous, beautifully unfair. Now imagine you finally catch a large animal after few days of searching. Your family celebrate every eats, but what if your brain simply decided mission accomplished, time to lack forever? Over thousands of generations, evolution rewarded people who always wanted a little more food, more shelter, more safely, more knowledge, more opportunities. The pupils who stay motivated were more likely to survive and pass their genes to the next generation. And that the incredible part, your brain is not trying to wake up happy. It's never was. Its first job is something much older. Keep you alive. Happiness is simply a reward system, a temporary chemical signal that says, good job, keep going. The moment that signal has done its job, your brain begins searching for the next challenge. Fast forwarding today, and our world look completely different. We are no longer spent our morning hunting for food or worrying about predators hiding behind trees. Instead, we wake up to alarm clock, email, and deadlines and notification. The dangers have changed, but the brain inside your head has not. It's still running software that was designed to survival. One of the African savanna. Deep inside your brain lives a tiny chemical messengers called dopamine. Most people think dopamine is the chemical that creates happiness, but that's not entirely true. Dopamine is actually the chemical of anticipation. It does not reward you having something, it rewards you for chasing it. That's why waiting for a new phone is often more exciting than using it a week later. Think about the last time you bought something you desperately wanted. Maybe it a new phone for a week, watches, reviews, compared prices. Imagine holding it in your hand. Finally you bought it. Now imagine carrying a device in your pocket that constantly promised any burst of dopamine. Every notification, every like, every new follower, every messages give your brain another reason to keep checking. Social media did not invent this system. It simply learned how to exploit. Mean the evolution maybe for the next will be even better. But social media introduced another problem our ancestors never had to face: comparison. Thousands of years ago, you compared the millions of carefully edited lives single day. Someone always seems richer, someone always seems happier, someone always like to more successful than you making progress. Scientists have studies people who experienced ultimate dreamed winning the lottery. Surely ultimately money should create permanent happiness, right? Surprisingly, it does not. Researchers discovered that after the initial excitement fades, many lottery winners slowly returns to never same level of happiness they had before becoming rich. Their lifestyle changes life automatically. If money alone created lasting happiness, billionaires would stop working. They have more wealth than they could even spend in a 100 lifetime. You many continue building companies, chasing bigger goals, competing with the rivals. They're taking another risk. Why? Because the game stopped being survival a long time. What's next? Imagine climbing an endless staircase. Every time you reach a new step, another one magically appear above it. You keep climbing, believing the top must be close, but there is no top. That exactly how many people spend their entire life. Once I grade, once I get a better job, once I buy a house, once I retire, every goal become another staircase. Here the strange part, the hedonic treadmill is actually a flaw. Without it, humanity might never have instant medicine, explored space, built cities, or created the technology you are using right now. So, if your brain is designed to keep chasing more, doesn't the mean lasting happiness is impossible? Are you will trap endless treadmill for the rest of your lives? No, exactly, because understanding the game change where you play it, and the final part of your story will discover the surprising way human can step over the treadmill. The first step to escaping the hedonic treadmill is not becoming less ambitious. It is not giving up your dream on presenting success does not matter. The first step is simply realizing that your brain has been confusing excitement with happiness. Excitement always fades. It has to that your brain stayed motivated. Imagine eating your favorite meal every single day. At first it tastes incredible, but after a few weeks it becomes ordinary. Now imagine not eating it for an entire year. The very first bite would feel amazing. Again, nothing about food change, only your perspective. Did gratitude work exactly the same way? Researchers have discovered something facing people trend to remember experience much longer than possessive. A new phone eventually becomes just another phone, but the memories of climbing a mountain, laughing with friends during a road trip, or watching the sunrise from a place you are never having before, those moments continues creating happiness long after they are ended. Think back the happiness moment of your life. Chance they were not spent completely alone. Human involved as social media creature for hundreds of thousands of years. Survival dependent on families, tribes, and friendship. Even today, some of the strongest predator of happiness are not money or fame. Comparison is one of the fastest ways to destroy happiness. There will always be someone faster, richer, stronger, or more successful than you. But there is also someone whose dream of having the life you already live. The problem is not that comparison exists. The problem is that your brain always compares upward instead of looking how far you are already come. Physiologists have found the people chasing meaningful goal often report greater life satisfaction than people chasing pleasure alone. Building someone, helping someone, learning a difficult skill, creating art, but they give life something every more valuable than temporary happiness. They give it purpose. This does not mean you should stop chasing your dream. Ambition is one of the humanity's greatest strength. Every invention, every science discovery, every piece of art began because someone wanted something that did not exist. Yes, perhaps the greatest mistake we make is believing that happiness waits somewhere in the future. We tell ourselves, I have happy when I gratitude, why I get married, when I become rich, when I retire, but life does not suddenly begin after reaching those milestones. Your brain will probably never stop whispering what's next. That's simply how evolution built it. But now something your ancestor never did. You understand the game. You know why excitement fades. You know why achievement loses their shines and become. You understand it. You have something incredibly powerful, the ability to pause, look around, and appreciate the chapter you are already living before the turning page. So the next time your brain tells you happiness is waiting one of the other side of your next promotion, your next purchase, on your next achievement, remember this: the happiness people are not ones who have everything. They have ones who know the appreciate why they already have while still having the courage to chase what about the next. Because life was never about reaching the finish line, it has always about learning to enjoy the journey, and maybe, just maybe, and maybe the thing your brain have never designed to teach you. Thanks for watching this video. Now you do subscribe and like.